I don't know if it's just because my birthday is in March, but there's just something about spring that hits different. It feels like a fresh start. And with that being said, I know that there are things that just naturally happen to make spring feel fresh and new, but there are definitely some things that we can take action on immediately with the season ahead to feel that deep reset. Hello, my name is Amanda Weldon. Welcome to my cozy little nook of the internet. Here are my 10 steps to reset the mind, the body, and the home for spring. This video is sponsored by BetterHelp, but we will be getting to them a little bit later in the video, so let's dive right in. The first tip is to bring the outside in. Studies have shown that spending time in nature or a greenhouse, one of my favorite places to be, especially in the springtime to see everything poppin', it actually speeds up recovery from mental fatigue. Spending time in nature has also been proven to slow down your heart rate, reduce high blood pressure, and even for some, lower anxiety. So the first bit of homework, if it is in your budget and if you do have space for it, I highly recommend heading to a greenhouse and picking out a little plant that brings you joy. But if you were looking at the camera thinking, Amanda, I would love to bring a plant home with me, but I always kill them, I would highly recommend something like a snake plant or a succulent because they are much more resistant to plant killers. Number 2 is to declutter your space. And specifically, I would say your wardrobe, but this can go so much further than that. And when we're walking into a new season, we can kind of look back on what we actually did wear and what's just been sitting in our closet season to season. So why not take the time this year to donate what no longer serves us or makes us happy to Goodwill or a local shelter? Not only is this going to make you feel good, but it's also going to free up some space. But if decluttering your entire wardrobe really does overwhelm you, I would recommend starting a little bit small. Find the junk drawer, declutter that. Maybe a drawer in your bathroom or books that you've had on the shelf. Getting rid of things creates space not only in our homes, but also in our minds. If there is anything that you have in your home that holds a little bit of negative energy or reminds you of something negative in the past, I highly recommend this season decluttering it. Number 3 is to cleanse your space. Freshening up your space can definitely go hand in hand with decluttering. I mean, they don't call it spring cleaning for nothing. Cleaning your space can increase your focus, improve your mood, and help you regain a sense of control of your home, as opposed to feeling that mess is everywhere and that you don't really have control. Sometimes cleaning your space can feel a little bit of a daunting task, and I have definitely felt this stress before. So my hack is to set a 30-minute timer and do a timed cleaning challenge. No phone, no distractions, just put on your favorite tunes and get to cleaning. And then if a 30-minute cleaning a whole room feels really overwhelming, my next tip is to just make a list and just start ticking those off one by one. This can be as simple as clean the bathtub or vacuum my bedroom. Number 4 is one that I take seriously to heart, and that is to check on your mental health. The last 2 points were all about focusing on your physical space, so now I think we have to turn it inward and focus on our mental space. Spring is a great time to check in on your mental health, and I have personally used BetterHelp, who were kind enough to sponsor this video today. I tended to my own mental health when I was feeling really stressed and overwhelmed, especially during and after the pandemic. BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy service. They are 100% online, and there you can find over 25,000 plus licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. I remember when I was signing up, I was already feeling really overwhelmed, but the sign up process is really easy. You answer questions and they lead you down different paths to lead you to the right therapist for you. I know not all of us like to be on video chat, so one of the amazing things about BetterHelp is there's multiple ways that you can have your therapy session. For these sessions, you can text, you can chat on the phone, you can have a video call, whatever feels most comfortable to you. And then if you're going through something, you can send a message to your therapist at any time and they will get back to you at their earliest convenience. And if your therapist isn't the right fit for you, for whatever reason, you are allowed to change your professional at any time at no additional cost. So if you are thinking of taking this tip, number 4, to heart, and you want to give BetterHelp a try, if you go to betterhelp.com/Amanda Weldon, that will get you 10% off your first month of therapy with BetterHelp. That's better, HELP. energy. Again, I can't recommend it enough. I had an incredible experience and I still do check-ins just to knock off some of those cobwebs or if I'm ever having that overwhelmed feeling. Number 5 is to get moving after hibernating. Getting moving and moving my body not only has made me feel better physically, but it has also made my mental health so much better. I can't even explain. Whether this be just a 15-minute walk outside or actually heading to the gym, I feel like it has had huge impacts on my confidence, on my sleep, and honestly on my clarity of thinking. Again, a couple of things that you could do. You could go for a walk, work out at home, practice some yoga, play a sport, just get a friend to do a little sweat workout with you if you don't want to go alone. Anything that you can do to kind of move your body maybe 30 minutes a day will, I guarantee, help you with self-esteem, improve your memory, and decrease stress. However you want to move your body, it's so personal to you. You know, it's got to be something you like too, but I guarantee that this step, oh my gosh, it is gonna just help you work off all of those winter blasts. Number 6 is to freshen up your space. There is nothing I love more than bringing in new little colors or just switching out throw pillows just to freshen up my space and make it feel like it is ready for the season ahead. You can do this whether you are renting or you own your home or you just have a bedroom at home. There are so many ways to freshen up your space by simply moving furniture, adding a new throw, adding a new pillow, painting a wall, something like that that really just makes you feel like you are investing in your own little nook. If you feel like you're in a rut, this is a great way to mix up the pattern that maybe you've fallen into over winter, and by making small changes to freshen up your experience in your own space. I am a bit of a HomeSense fanatic, so there are a few things that I added to my space this spring, but since my partner Scotty and I have moved into our new home, this has been that re-energizing feeling of, okay, there are things that I want to do and I'm so ready to tackle them this season. Next up is to try a new hobby or recipe. Trying a new hobby or new recipe is another great way to kind of switch things up and mix up the mundane and add some energy into your routine. You do not need to be Julia Child in the kitchen making a decadent, 5-course roast, something like that. It could just be a literal small recipe that you have wanted to try. Research shows that people with hobbies that are a bit more purposeful activities, not scrolling social media or filling yourself with existential dread, suffer less stress and have an improved mood. By trying something new, we remind ourselves that it's okay to be bad at first. It is okay to not be the best at something when you first try it. And that itself is going to be an incredible learning lesson, an esteem builder when you finally do get the trick of something, and something that you can kind of build momentum with. It's spring, it's time to grow and get started. Speaking of getting started, let's go to the next one. And that is setting some intentions to work towards before summer. This year, I have been giving this a try. It's called the Best Year Journal. They are the same people that write the 5-minute journal. And the Best Year Journal, I feel like, has had some really amazing prompts when it comes to looking internally, personally, and professionally. Setting some intentions to hit for summer is a great way to keep yourself accountable and see progress that you've made in the changes that you plan to make this quarter, which is spring. Whether that's trying out that new hobby we just talked about, or at least 3 walks a week, or writing a book, or making a YouTube channel, it's honestly going to be curated for exactly what you want, and that's why you have to do the work. So this one is really important. This is the daily decision making, those intentions that we're going to do every single day in spring or every single week in spring that we can really track the progress of and see that progress come to fruition in the summer. Number 9 is to check in on a friend. Look, I get it. We hibernate, winter comes, we want to get all cozy and snug, the sun goes down earlier, and we don't really get out that much to see our friends as much as we'd like to. Spring is the best time to kind of reignite some friendships that maybe you haven't paid a ton of attention to because, again, you've just been in hermit mode. Okay, so now you want to get moving? Call someone up, go for a walk, have a conversation, or do one of my tips. I call this my 5-minute call. I will out of the blue call a friend and say, hey, do you have 5 minutes? Because 5 minutes when someone calls you is a lot easier to swallow than maybe you're in the middle of something and you're just not mentally prepared for a half an hour call. Next time that you're on a drive or you're going to work, just give a little 5-minute call at an appropriate time and see who picks up. This is also a really good time to kind of ask how others are doing and inquire about what their intentions are for the season ahead. Being social, confiding in others, and simply just enjoying friends' company can make you feel less anxious or stressed, boost your self-worth, prevent loneliness, and literally can add years to your life. And finally, number 10 is to enjoy a sunrise. This last one is a personal favorite of mine, and it's something that I take to heart every single month, is to enjoy a sunrise. And this time of year is one of the easiest times to do that. So here's my quick disclaimer on this one. The sooner that you tackle this one, the less early that you're gonna have to set your alarm clock. Depending on where you live in the world, winter months can often be very dark and very dreary. Getting some sunshine increases your serotonin, which is a chemical associated with boosting moods and can help you feel calmer and more focused. So the good thing is, if you are someone who's like, Amanda, I cannot wake up for sunrise, the good news is that getting sunshine in your eyeballs right when you wake up in the morning is going to be something that's going to trigger this serotonin release, and you will be feeling the benefits from that, regardless of whether it is a sunrise at your time of day or whether it's the natural sunrise. But there is something so magical about witnessing a start to a new day, dark being chased away by the light, and feeling like you yourself are growing into the presence of the sun. Those are my 10 little ways to reset for spring specifically, but I would honestly say these would be great for every single season. Again, I'm going to put my little link for BetterHelp down below. That's better, H-E-L-P, because I had a great experience, and if you have been waffling about on whether you need to talk to someone and have that neutral source, there's honestly no harm in giving that a try. So how are you getting ready for spring? Let me know in the comments below, and if you have made it this far, I would love to see a sun in your comment. But with that, I shall see you in my next one. Bye guys.